Welcome everybody to another live session. My name is Meret. I teach in Lausanne, yoga, meditation, and it's a beautiful day today. It's sunny outside, very nice weather. I'm going to show you around later. I hope you are all feeling well. If that's not the case, let's just do yoga and let's change the energy. Let's change what's going on in the body, release toxins. And for most, let's breathe deeply. So when we breathe deeply, you start automatically feeling better. Try it just by taking a few deep breaths. It changes the whole chemistry in your body. Today, we're going to do a nice gentle flow at noon. So right now, lunch class. And then tonight, we're going to do a more powerful power yoga session. So we're going to move a little bit quicker. For those who don't like to go very quick, feel free to go on YouTube. There you can see all the videos we have done so far. So you can always rewatch them later. Tomorrow night, we have a nice live music meditation session. There will be Suyan from New York City. She's an amazing violin, and she's going to grace us with her beautiful music. And I'm going to guide you through a gentle flow in the beginning, and then we go into stillness in meditation. Okay, let's start the lunch class. Take a comfortable seat. You can be in a cross-legged position, or you can be sitting on your shins, just like me. And then just take a moment, close your eyes. Take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to settle down. And take a moment to release any tension that is going on in your body. See if there is any part in your body that you can relax a little bit more. Could be your shoulders. It could be simply be that you're biting your teeth. So make sure there's always some space between the upper and lower teeth. Completely relax your forehead. Focus on the space between your eyebrows. And imagine there is a lot of space. So you want to really expand, relax. And always come back to simplicity, simplicity in life, which means basically breathing. Take a long and deep inhale. We start with some simple moves. Lift the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, circle the arms by your sides. Long and deep inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, completely circle the arms down. One more time. Deep inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, circle the arms by your sides. Now twist towards the left. Take your right hand onto your left leg and the other hand behind you. With your inhalation, extend, lengthen. And with your exhalation, twist a little bit more. One more deep inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Long and deep inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. And with your exhale, twist to the other side. A long inhale to lengthen and a whole exhale to turn a little bit more. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale, lift the arms towards the sky. Exhale, take your hands into Namaste. Take a moment here. Slow down your breath. Gently open up the eyes. Great. So we're going to start moving. Come onto all fours. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips. The hands are underneath your shoulders. And keep your index fingers parallel to each other. If you have a tendency to round your elbows, your arms, then you can even roll it slightly more to the right side. So basically the biceps are forward. If you have a tendency to overextend, then you can also have the middle fingers parallel to each other. With your inhalation, lift up the tailbone, drop the belly, chest reaches forward. Exhale, start to round your spine and look towards your navel. Long and deep inhale, lift up the tailbone, chest reaches forward like a nice wave throughout the spine. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale one more time, opening up the front. And with your exhale, round your spine. Good. Inhale, come back to the middle. And now just lift up the upper body. And you want to extend your right leg to the side. Now place your right hand either on your upper leg or also more towards your calf, and then reach over with your right arm. Keep your inner leg engaged. Good. Hold it here and breathe. Take a long and deep inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Come back onto all fours and then extend your left leg to the side and then reach up, right arm up, and then reach over. A long side, long spine on your right side. Hold it here and breathe. Good. Come back to the middle and then come back onto all fours. Okay, we're going to draw some circles with the hips. Just move from one side backwards to the other side, forward, whatever feels good. I assume nobody's watching you, so don't feel ashamed. Maybe it's just your dog watching you. So just circle and then change the direction. And then come back to the middle. And we go straight into the first downward facing dog. So curl your toes under and press back. You can pedal out the feet. And keep your feet at least hip width apart. Maybe move your chin from side to side. Come back to the breath. Feel good in your body. Any movement that makes you feel better, do that. And then take small steps forward to the front side of your mat. And just hang out here, maybe swing from side to side. And then slowly start to roll up the spine one notch at a time. Roll your shoulders back and down. And here we are, mountain pose at the front side of your mat. So make sure you're solid. So you want to engage your legs. If you see my legs here, come a little bit closer. If I'm not engaging them, I'm completely wobbly. So make sure you press down. You want to squeeze the muscles, pull your navel in. Make sure you don't overarch. This is no good. So always keep reaching down through the tailbone, up through the pubic bone. With your inhale, circle the arms to the sky. Pull your navel in. Exhale, dive forward with a flat back. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Leading with the heart. Take a long and deep inhale. Come all the way back up. Always pay attention that your spine is straight. Exhale, hands in front of your heart into Namaste. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. One more time, half sun salutation. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale again, leading with the chest. Come all the way up, root to rise. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. We're going to add on into a full sun salutation. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, hinge at the hip crease, and then step back into plank. Hold the plank for a full inhale. If you want, we can drop your knees. Exhale, come halfway down. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, go back into down dog. Long, deep inhale. Long, deep exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale, rise up tall onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Lightly step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale with a flat back, come all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Okay, we're gonna add on. So let's come into a chair pose. So reach back with your hips, sit down. And then slowly lift up the chest and pay attention to your shoulders. They stay down when you lift up your arms even higher. If you have a tendency to do this, lifting up the shoulders, then keep your hands, your arms parallel to the floor. Take a couple of deep breaths. You want to strengthen the body. A strong body is a healthy body. And with your exhale, forward fold. Sway from side to side. Take a moment here. Good. Inhale. Come halfway up. Take your hands onto your hips. Now, the elbows go closer to each other. Stretch your chest forward and then come all the way up with a flat back. Come back into mountain pose. And we're going to add on. Deep inhale. Lift the arms to the sky. Exhale. Dive forward. Inhale, step back with your right foot. Exhale, lengthen the body. If you want, you can drop the knee and then slowly press down into the left heel and come up. Just lift up the upper body. Take your hands onto your hips. Make sure they're square. So we do not want to shift to one side. Hold it here. And if you want, you can lift up your arms towards the sky. Still, the shoulders are down. Good. Now, lean forward, straight line. So engage your right leg, engage your arms, but keep your shoulders relaxed. Feel the muscles at work here. At the same time, keep it at ease, especially on the inside. Keep breathing. Frame the front foot, deep inhale. Step back into plank. Hold the plank for a moment. If you want, you can move the feet together and simply roll onto the outer edge of your left foot and lower down the left hip. Come back to the middle, roll to the other side. Lower down the right hip, come back to the middle, and then cycle through vinyasa. At any given moment, you can always skip the vinyasas and then slide. Just hold it here. Slowly walk or jump forward. Inhale, come back into your chair. Feel free to keep your feet together. If you have more stability when you have the feet hip width apart. Once you're stable, try to keep the feet together. The big toes touch. There is a little bit of space between your heels. And then hands in front of your heart, we're gonna balance. So lift up the heels, steady your gaze whenever there's balance. And breathe. See if you can sit lower. Good, and then place your belly on your thighs. Keep your heels lifted. Oops. And then lower down the heels. Sway from side to side and walk your feet hip width apart. Variation 1, take your hands behind your legs. Variation 2, grab the big toes with the peace fingers. Inhale, extend, lengthen the spine. And with your exhale, forward fold. Relax your head and neck. Press the inner thighs back. Feel the opening in the hamstrings, the backside of your legs. And then gently let go. Roll up the spine and we go straight to the other side. From mountain pose, deep inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, step back with your left foot, optional. You can drop the knee. And then gently, with control, feel the backside of the leg at work. Lift up the upper body. Stack the shoulders above your hips. Deep inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Settle down. See if you can keep standing on the left ball of the foot. Your heel is facing straight back. If this is too complicated, remember you can drop the knee. Always take the variation that suits you. And then start to lean forward. A lot of power, strong in your legs, strong in your core, strong in your arms. At the same time, keep it light. Both hands down. Inhale, come back into plank. And you can simply slide forward and back a couple of times. Try not to stick out the butt like this. Also, try not to collapse. If anything, you can drop the knees. You can even go back and forward here. Good, and then cycle through vinyasa. And down dog, take a couple of breaths. Inhale, rise up tall onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Lightly step or jump forward. Inhale, back into that chair. If you do my videos every day, you're gonna have nice thighs at the end of this lockdown. So let's hope the lockdown doesn't stay, but let's hope you keep the yoga practice up. Good, and with your exhale, forward fold. Just sway from side to side for a moment. And then slowly roll up the spine. Good. With your inhale, lift the arms above your head. Grab your right wrist. And now step with your right foot behind your left foot. And then all the way to the side, to the left side. Swing your hips to the right. Open up the right side of your torso. Hold it here. Creating a lot of space over your right side of the torso. Good. Gently, hands in front of your heart. Start to balance. Lift up your right knee towards the heart. And we're gonna step back. I'm gonna show it from here. You're gonna step back into a warrior one. So keep your feet laterally distant apart. Lift up the arms and settle down. So there's a difference to warrior two. We do not want to open up the hip. We want to keep the hips square. So press into your right foot, into the outer edge of the foot, and in the whole left foot. Good. Now opening up the arms to the sides and back. Interlace the fingers. Straighten the arms if you can. And then gently forward fold. Keep your right leg engaged when you move with the crown of the head towards the floor maybe. Hold it here and breathe. Relax your jaws. Also remind yourself to relax the toes. They do not really help, so don't waste energy. Always stay at ease. Long and deep inhale. Lengthen, come on up. Arms to the sky one more time. And then finally, cycle through vinyasa. And then slowly from down dog, lightly step or jump. Land softly and roll up the spine. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. So lift your arms up, grab your left wrist, hinge over with the upper body towards the right side. And then step with your Left foot behind your right foot, and then more towards the right side. Land on the outer edge of your foot and lengthen that left side. Breathe. Good. Hold your balance. You have to turn around and then simply knee towards the chest, hands in front of your heart, and then lightly step back and settle down in a warrior one. Inhale, lift the arms up. Make sure your hips are square. So you want to move back with your right hip, forward with the left. Keep your back legs solid and strong. And then opening up the arms, clasp your fingers the other way around. Deep inhale, lift up the chest. And with your exhale, forward fold. When you forward fold, pay attention to the right hip not going to the right side. So there's always this rule, not sticking out the butt. Hold it here. Breathe. Make sure your neck is long. Press down and rise up. All the way. Arms to the sky. And then finally, Vinyasa. Lightly step or jump forward. And just sway from side to side. Good, and then slowly roll up the spine. Good. Now step back with your right foot and then turn your left foot 90 degrees. And make sure you're solid. The feet are quite wide. That means a little bit more than a meter. Take your hands onto your hips and move your elbows closer to each other. Lift up the heart. And again, remind yourself to not stick out the butt. So keep it solid in the midsection. Pull your navel in. Hold it here. Engage your legs and now hinge at the hip crease. I'm going to show you. Try not to lean back. So you really want to hinge at the hip crease and then coming down, down, down. And once you're down, feel free to take your hands to the floor. And you can even flip your fingers backwards and then walk in between your feet. And maybe you can even take the crown of the head down. If that's not happening, don't worry about it. Slippery floor here. Nice and clean. And slowly take your hands back onto your hips. Move your elbows closer to each other and slowly come up. And then either heel toe the feet together, or you can also jump the feet lightly together. Good. Here we are at the front side of the mat. Shake your legs out for a moment. And now step back again with your right foot. Turn your left foot. And we're gonna have the toes facing about 60 degrees. Make your stance a little bit shorter. Now, like a samurai warrior, bend your knees, sit down. And again, one more time, try not to stick out the butt. It's all about being stable in this midsection. Imagine your tailbone draws towards the ground and the pubic bone draws up. And once you are there, maybe you can sit lower, lower, lower all the way. Now open up, elbows to the sides. See if you can sit even lower. Feel the work in the inner thighs. Breathe here. Now take your hands onto your knees and then left shoulder goes forward just to stretch it out, and then switch the sides. Right shoulder goes forward. One more time. Moving dynamically. Good. And now we're going to bend the right knee more. You can make the stance a little bit bigger. And then come all the way down. Extend your left leg. You can have your hands in front of your heart. Maybe you can come all the way down. You can also have your hands on the floor. And then flex the left foot. Again, engaged in your left leg. And then go all the way to the other side. Maybe you can keep your hands off the floor, maybe not. And if it's cracking, that's fine. Go to the other side one more time. Don't forget to breathe. And then finally, hands down. The feet are parallel to each other. And then walk with your hands forward. Crown of the head forward. Engage your legs. Press the inner thighs back. Feel the space between the sitting bones. Keep everything solid, solid foundation. And then take your hands back onto your hips. Elbows together, and with a flat back, come back up. Nice, good. And then heel toe or jump the feet together, like Charlie Chaplin style. Let's come back to the front of the mat. Going back to a nice little flow. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, step back with your right foot. Open up the foot 90 degrees. And now leading with your right arm, come all the way up. Settle down for warrior two. Straight line. And again, solid in the midsection. Flip the front palm, deep inhale. Come into peaceful version. Keep your back leg engaged. Exhale, come into triangle. So shift the hips backwards, keep both sides of the torso long, and then left hand onto your shin, or you can also float and right arm up. Breathe here. And now we're going to try to fly into a half moon. So you can use a block or a book if you want. Take the book more towards the left side. And then very lightly, you can also take your hand first onto your hip. You want to slide. Oops, I have no space here. You want to slide into a half moon. Now stack the right hip on top of the left. And also, I just lost the microphone. And also, you want to have your right arm, your right shoulder on top of the left. And maybe you can start balancing. So the toes, the right toes are facing to the right side. And then take both hands down, square the hips. Take a big step back with your right foot. Inhale, step back into plank. And with your exhale, cycle through vinyasa. And from down dog, lightly step or jump forward. Roll up the spine. Take a moment in mountain pose. Close your eyes. And we go to the other side. With your inhale, circle the arms to the sky. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, step back with your left foot. Align the heels. And this time, leading with your left arm, come on up. A big circle, settle down, warrior two. Make sure you keep your left hip open, pressing back to the back side. And then flip the front palm, deep inhale, lift up, peaceful version. Create space in the right side. And now extend both legs, come into triangle. Keep pressing into the right ball of the foot, lift up your left arm. And you can always either look to the side if you have neck issues. And if you're fine, you can also look up towards the sky. And here we go. We try to fly into a nice half moon, demi-lune. So engage your back leg and then balance. Not sure if you can still see me behind this cheminée. And then gently, hands down, square the hips. Take a big step back. Inhale, coming to plank. And with your exhale, cycle through vinyasa. And from down dog, walk your hands backwards towards the feet. And we try to go straight into tree pose from here. If you need to come up first, do so. Otherwise, with your right hand, grab the right ankle, steady your gaze, and then slowly come up. Every day is different, so sometimes we have more balance, sometimes less. Once you're solid, hands in front of your heart. And if your foot is above the knee, then press the foot into the inner thigh, and the inner thigh resists. So you want to press the thigh into the foot as well. That way you can open up the knee more. Once you're steady, arms to the sky. And if this is super, super easy for you, maybe challenge and just look up, or you might as well close your eyes. Always interesting to see what happens when we close our eyes. We depend and rely on our sensual organs, and actually nothing changes. We should be able to close the eyes without falling. Good. Take your hands in front of your heart, and now place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Move the knee to the side, half chair, so sit down into your left heel. If you want, you can move forward, place your elbows in front of your shins. Maybe you can even come all the way down. You may feel this now nicely in your right glute. That's what we want. Because I assume if you're like me, you're sitting quite a lot in these days because we're inside Netflix, stuff like that. So I want to stretch those muscles. And then slowly come up again. Release. Check it out for a moment. And let's do the other side. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, dive forward. Grab your left foot and then start to balance. Steady your gaze. That helps to focus. So I recommend not to look at me because I'm also moving here. And then once you're here, make sure you have a nice posture again. Opening up the hip and then hands in front of your heart or all the way to the sky. And all trees look different, so you may also have your foot below the knee or even on the ground. Nobody's watching, so do your own version. Good, and then steady your gaze. Place your foot above the right knee. And then slowly sit down. Juicy feeling in your left hip, in your left glute. Come all the way down. Maybe you can even lower down the fingertips. But don't do it if you really round your spine. You should still have your hips lower than your heart. So you really want to extend and lengthen. It's all about creating space in the body on a cellular level also. And we want to nourish the body with a lot of oxygen. Breathe through it. Slowly come up and then release. Good. And come to the front of the mat. Yogi squat. So the feet are as wide as the mat, hands in front of your heart, and then start to squat down. All the way. You can move a little bit. And then sit down. Maybe you can do it without using your hands. Otherwise, just have your hands behind you. Come into boat pose. So lift up the legs. Variation. If you're pregnant or if you have issues in your inner organs, in your tummy or in your intestines, you can also have your feet on the floor. Otherwise, extend your arms. Gonna stay here. And a little flow, so lower down the feet to the floor, hands back with the fingers pointing forward. Deep inhale, come into reverse tabletop. Exhale, lowering down the hips. Inhale, back into boat. Exhale, place your feet and your hands. Inhale, lift up the bum. Exhale, lower down. One more time, deep inhale, boat. Exhale, we're gonna hold the reverse tabletop here and imagine your feet, your heels go towards the fingertips. So you really feel the nice engagement of the backside of the legs, of your glutes as well. If this is easy, lift up one leg, extend, keep breathing, and then switch the sides. Slowly come back down. We're not done yet. Come back into boat. And maybe you want to straighten your legs. You can also help by placing your hands behind your calves and then straighten the legs. There we are. Oops. Keep your chest lifted. And either you take a break or if you want, come one more time through a nice vinyasa. You can also, instead of jumping, you can just step like this. And here we are, again in boat. Good, and then release. Good. So now extend your left leg. The right foot is on the inside of your left leg. And then twist towards the left extended leg and grab either the outer side of the shin, or you can also grab the outer edge of the foot. Take a long and deep inhale to lengthen. And with your exhale, you want to reach with your chest forward. That means do not round too much. Keep it straight as much as you can. Close your eyes, opening up the hamstring. You feel also a nice opening in the kidney area. Now take your right hand behind your right hip. Deep inhale, come on up onto the shin and the foot. Breathe into the front side of the body. And then slowly lower down and switch the sides. So turn towards your right leg and with your left hand, grab the outer edge of the foot. If it's too far away, then just the outer side of your leg. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to forward fold. It's like tree pose on the floor with a forward fold. And then again, left hand behind your left hip, come on up. Stretch it out, breathe into the front side of the body. And then gently lower down. And now we take the legs wide. And again, the fleshy part is out of the way. So you're sitting on the front side of the sitting bones. Flex the feet, keep your legs engaged. If you have a tendency to round too much, then keep your hands behind you. If you feel like you can keep a nice and long spine, then walk with your hands forward. And you can even come down onto the forearms. Some of you may even come down all the way. Dancer people. Kids, I can't. And then come back up. Move the legs together. And finally, place the feet on the ground at the front side of your mat and just roll down all the way to the floor. Keep a nice round spine so you feel every single notch touching the ground. Keep breathing in the transitions as well. And then place your right foot on top of your left knee. Move with the right knee to the side and grab behind your left leg. So the right hand is on the inside in this little triangle, in this hole, and the left hand is on the outside of the left leg. If you have more space available, then grab in front of your left knee. Flex the right foot so your right knee is protected. And the closer you grab the left knee towards yourself, the more you're going to feel the stretch on the right side. Stay here. Breathe. Try to relax your shoulders and your head. And if you're doing anything like this and all crunched, then back off a little bit. Maybe it's even enough to have your left foot on the ground. So see what works for you. Everybody lower down the left foot to the ground. Take your left foot a little bit more to the left, so towards the outer edge of the mat. And now drop both knees to the right side. You're going to feel a nice opening in the IT band. And then twist the upper body to the left. So we also have a nice little rotation. And you can track with your right foot the knee forward and down. So you can regulate the opening on the left IT band. And bring the breath into the body so you can create space. Slowly lift up both knees towards the sky. And now take your left foot straight forward. And we're going to drop the left knee with the foot on top to the left side this time. So basically you're landing on the sole of the right foot. Twist to the other side, to the right side, and you can, with your left hand, grab the right knee, and again, you can regulate the intensity. So the closer you bring the knee towards the floor, the more you're going to feel the stretch here. And melt your shoulders down. Slowly come back to the middle. And then switch. Place your right foot on the ground. The left ankle is on top of your right knee. Thread the needle. Flex the foot. Settle down. Make sure you relax everything. Opening up the left glute. Gently lower down your right foot. Now move your right foot a little bit more to the right side and lower down both knees to the floor. Twisting, extending your right arm. And the more you track the knee down and forward, the more you feel the stretch. Come back to the middle. Step your right foot back. And then I'm going to twist the lower body to the right side, landing on the foot, upper body twisting to the left, right hand on top of your left knee. Feel the nice stretch in the left side. Les fesses in French. I'm going to soon do a Fringlish class, I think. Franglais. as I usually do in the Royale. So come back to the middle and then hug both knees into the chest. And then draw some circles. Maybe just move from side to side. Give yourself a nice massage in the spine. Lift up your hands and feet. Circle the wrists, the ankles. Switch the direction. And find stillness. Feel the lightness. And then gently let go in Shavasana, final pose. Allow the body to rest. Surrender to the floor. Feel free to stay on the ground, lying down. I'm going to guide you slowly into a seated position. Take a long and deep inhale and extend your arms behind your head. Stretch it out, do some yawning. And then gently bend your knees. Roll yourself onto your favorite side into fetal position. Rest for a moment. Allow gravity to do the work here. So keep your body heavy. Feeling light, lighter at the same time. And then slowly find your way with small movements into a seated position. Keep your eyes still closed for a moment. And then reunite the palms together in front of your heart. And thank yourself for stepping on the mat, connecting with your body on a cellular level, taking care of your health, body, mind, and soul. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. If you ever want to stay longer in Shavasana, do so. You can pause the video before Shavasana. I recommend to later tune in one more time just because I show you beautiful things like my Buddhas, like my painting or the nice view. So you should not miss that. You can always rewatch all the videos on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, like, do whatever you feel like. And join tomorrow night, Friday night, 7 p.m. Swiss time, Central European time, 1 p.m. New York City time. Su Yuan-Jan will be there with her violin, and we do a live meditation. We do still some gentle moves. I like to do that because then the body is prepared to basically be able to sit still for a little bit longer. At the end, yoga is just this. It's a preparation for the mind to find stillness. So you really, sometimes it feels good when you kind of make your body tired, so it's easier to calm down. And that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. And I already wrote this before. If you want to donate, you can do so, but you don't have to. We are really happy if you just join us and meditate with us. I'm just saying this because some of you asked me if you could contribute also for these live free sessions. But I always said, let's not worry about the money. But if you really want to donate something, of course, it's nice because if you're an artist in New York, it's quite tough these days. And also if you work independently, I think you know what that means. So whatever you feel, I'm happy to see you tonight for a power yoga session. So it's going to be a little bit juicier and flowy. And tomorrow for a nice, calm evening, 7 p.m. See you then. And in Instagram, please stay with me. Of course, as always, I'm gonna as always, I'm gonna answer the comments. And so I'm always happy. If you have any questions or inputs, then please write to me. And for now, I say goodbye to YouTube. Bye-bye. And now I'm gonna take you